And one example, this connector here would normally be on this block connected to a capacitor. But in fact, this terminal has been forced to ground by a wire that goes down and is soldered to the head of a screw that is bolting the variable capacitor through a rubber grommet onto the chassis. So what is going on there? Why would somebody choose this as a grounding point? What are they doing? I don't know. And this point is now a ground when it used to be a capacitive point. The only thing is, I'm not saying this is electrically wrong. The guy could have been very clever and done all the right things in here while he worked his way around defective capacitors in these blocks, or whatever it was that he was trying to do, including disabling the shadow meter. The end result here is I just can't relate the schematic to the circuit. It's just driving me batty. So lots of off-camera time has gone into poking around here. What I've decided to do at this point is just I'm going to start the radio up. I'm going to reassemble the shadow meter. Maybe we'll do it in the other order. I'll reassemble the shadow meter, put the magnet back into it. We'll turn the radio on and we'll see what happens. I did make one change, one very significant change, when I noticed or found that the AVC circuit going to the AVC voltage was not being applied to the grid of one of the 244 tubes because of a wiring error in here, which I've now corrected. At least I think I've corrected it. I just want to check this radio out because I'm totally lost now as to what it is I'm trying to do. Incidentally, when I reconnected the AVC voltage to that tube, that changed, I think I did a video on this, that changed the current effects in the coil here. And so now the coil runs between 8 milliamps, if I remember right, and 4 milliamps roughly. So, maybe that's enough to turn the vane the way it's supposed to go. I don't know. I don't know what the proper current is still. So let's put the shadow meter back together first. Just take a moment. Okay, everything looks good inside there. Okay, so that's there we go. Okay, inside you can see the shadow meter vane is in the full strength position, which would allow light through to the front grille. And I think that's the normal relaxed position. When we turn the radio on, the vane should move. Should move. Should be the operative word. Let's see if I can improve the focus here on my radio. Get a little closer to it. Okie dokie. And I've reconnected the shadow meter wires back into the radio. And I have the volume turned down. I have the better antenna connected. In fact, let me take these other wires off here first. I have my outdoor antenna connected. Okay. That should be enough. Okay. Lots of okays. Quick safety check. Nothing dumb going on. Okay, so we're going to bring the radio up on current limiting first. Keep your eyes on that shadow meter. And we'll see if it actually reacts properly. Just taking a deep breath here before I do this. Okay. Of course, I didn't look at the meter when I flipped the switch. It's moving. Okay, full voltage. So I don't really know how far that meter has to move to achieve blockage of the light, but I would think more than that. I'm going to blow on it a bit. Yeah, that's where it wants to be. Okay, now we're going to tune the radio. See what we get here. A little bit of volume. You can see the meter moving. That's the end of one scale. One end of the scale will go the other way. I'm going to fit in a tube shield here, which I should have had in here the whole time anyway. Let's see what happens here. Made this mistake earlier without having the shield in place. Okay, I'll put on the shield. Didn't hear any difference as I did that. Well, let's turn it back up. And tune the radio back through the not picking up much, is it? One station. So I think the last test I'll do is I'm going to apply take off the antenna. And what we're going to do now is feed in a signal from my signal generator. There it is there. Now that's probably triggering the AVC just about max. So let's just fiddle with the shadow meter now. Magnet too strong. Wrong position. We take the magnet away. Well, of course, no effect without the magnet. Seems like no matter what I do with the magnet, I get about the same percentage change in the position of the shadow meter. If I weaken the magnet by pulling it away, the meter turns a bit more, but when I apply signal, well, you know, that might actually be better. I have the whole meter arrangement upside down too. I'm hoping that doesn't really have an effect on it. So that's our study here for this really annoying radio. Look, I just gave you a quick tour through other changes that have been made in this radio. Okay, the yellow capacitor is mine. Just replacing one that was there made no difference. That dog bone's not in the right place. Okay, that one you see right there. These connections are not original. This stuff's not original. None of this is original up here. It's all been monkeyed around with. I'm suspicious about these wires. How they run, they don't look right. You can see solder connections here and there. Yikes. Look, this wire's been cut and spliced here. This one cut and spliced here. Then this big splice here. Oh. Yeah, I know the radio restorers are telling me, or saying to their computer screens right now, come on, just take all that stuff out and put it all back in properly. And I'm deep into this radio now. I've got hours into it. With minimal improvements. Yeah. Heartbreaker. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I got 3 other radios to work on, so I'm going to set this guy aside again while I ponder the situation. Thanks for watching.